Hello, everybody. My name is Danilo Bonilla. We're going to be starting in 2 seconds here. So start here at UCLA and go anywhere around the world. UCLA Study Abroad. Again, thank you for joining us. Again, my name is Danilo Bonilla. I'm one of the advisors here at the International Education Office, and we're very excited to bring you this webinar. This webinar is pre-recorded, and you will have the option of typing in your questions, and then we will be answering your questions throughout this webinar. And also, I want to introduce my colleague from the psychology department. So go right ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashton Brooks. I'm an undergraduate advisor with the Psych department. I'm here to explain some psych-specific, basically just like rules and regulations about studying abroad and how to apply credit for classwork.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ashton. So let's see, I'll go ahead and go to the next slide. And just 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my camera so we can focus on the presentation. So just 1 second here. So like I mentioned, this webinar is pre-recorded. You do have the option of typing in your questions. We'll answer them as we go along. And this webinar will be on the UCLA International Education website if you want to review it. The website is at the bottom, UCLA International Education Office/GLOW. Okay, who we are. The UCLA International Education Office is located in Murphy Hall. We're on the first floor, 1332. So stop by anytime, Monday through Friday, basically. And we are a one-stop shop for all study abroad opportunities. So whether you want to go abroad for the summer, fall, winter, spring, or the whole year, we are there to help you. We have internship programs, we have study abroad programs, and a little bit of everything to choose from. We have many advisors and many coordinators to help you narrow down your options. As you may already know, we have over 40 different countries to choose from. We will also connect you with UCLA returning students from abroad, and we also have every year about 200 international exchange students that are here on this campus, and we will introduce you to them as well. So again, we are very excited because this week is Global Learning Opportunities Week. All the information, all the webinars are on this website here, so just make sure that you review it. Okay, so here's the agenda. So again, a warm welcome from the UCLA International Education Office. We are very excited. When I was a UCLA student many years ago in the 90s, I studied abroad in Italy for 1 year. I was not a psychology major or was a political science major, so I have a very definite passion about study abroad. So again, welcome. So one of the things that we will go over are some refreshers, study abroad 101 refreshers. The third item would be how to study abroad specifically in your major, whether it be psychology, psychobiology, cognitive science. And we will show you some sample countries, sample courses, and sample programs. And like I mentioned earlier, again, if you have any questions throughout this webinar, go ahead and type in your questions, and we will answer them as we go along. Okay, Study Abroad 101 refreshers. So hopefully you got a chance to see the Study Abroad 101 webinar. If you did not, please go to our website and go ahead and start looking at that as soon as possible. And basically what was covered in that webinar, which was an hour long, we went over the program types, credit transfer, cost and funding, application process, and timelines. This specific webinar is dedicated to psychology majors, psychobiology, and cognitive science majors. We will go over, Ashton will go over basically the petitioning process and some guidelines for studying abroad within your major. And then we will show you some sample countries, universities, and different programs that you can choose from. So it's really specific. Okay, so there are many types of programs. One of the first programs that I would like to talk about is the University Immersion Program. We have over 100 different universities around the world, our partner universities. And when the immersion program, that's where you get to study with local students, local professors, and basically absorb all the culture, immerse yourself, integrate yourself into that language, culture. It's a great program, University Immersion Program. The second program is called UCLA Faculty Led. Those are basically short-term programs during the summer only, and they're very experiential courses on the go where you're studying and traveling in the city center, in museums, inside, outside of the classroom. And those specific programs are led by UCLA professors. So a very exciting model. The other type of program that we have is you can do an internship abroad during the summer, or you can do research as well. And for example, for the internship program, unfortunately, you do not get paid for the internship, but you will get academic credit, something like 8 to 12 units per session. So again, very interesting programs, a lot to choose from, a lot of variety, but these are just some of the ones that are very popular. Financial aid. So financial aid is available. Just make sure that you apply for FAFSA. Make sure that you do that by the deadline, which is March 2nd every single year. And the financial aid office will adjust your aid, a combination of grants, scholarships, and loans. Also, if you look at our website, it will give you some information about scholarships, and definitely start applying for scholarships. There's independent scholarships for different areas of the world. So yes, financial aid is available. Okay, when to apply. So for most programs, you would have to apply around 9 months in advance, but the application deadlines, opening deadlines do vary quite a bit. Is it competitive? Generally, no. There are some programs that are first come, first serve, only because there is, a small private university abroad, or the actual program has capacity issues. But generally speaking, no. But as soon as you know that you're interested in going abroad, go ahead and apply or register. So if you are interested in going abroad this summer or fall, you do have to wait until roughly the middle of October, November to start registering or applying. If you are interested in winter or spring programs of 2025, you have to wait until February 2024 through October. The applications open up later in February. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Ashton.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Ashton. We can go ahead and go to the next slide. Okay, so just generally, you're not obligated to study abroad in your major. You could study GEs, you could pursue minor, foreign language, you could look into tech if that's applicable to you, or just any other professional development, because you'll still be making progress towards your degree. Many programs are not designed around a major, so feel free to expand your search beyond our major programs. But if you would like to apply your study abroad to your major, we're going to go over that right now. So for any major core or elective courses, those need to be petitioned to our psychology department. The way you reach us is through my UCLA Message Center. So if you go to psych.ucla.edu and you go to undergraduate, there will be an option there to contact our office. And then when you are petitioning your course, make sure to send in the most recent syllabus or a detailed course description for approval. Then our vice chair will be able to review the course and see if it meets the criteria for one of our major core or elective courses. Some general notes is that typically for psychology majors, pretty much any upper division will count as a psychology elective, as long as it comes in as 4 units. The caveat here is if you've already taken a course similar to that at UCLA, it won't count as an elective. So always be sure to double check with our office regardless. For psychobio and cognitive science, you need to petition those requirements. So definitely sending in that syllabus so our vice chair can review it is very important. And then in terms of when to study abroad, For the psych major, you're going to want to study abroad after you've declared major standing. So this is after you finished all the prep courses and submitted your psychology application. This is to make sure, you get into the major okay, and then feel free to do whatever you would like after that point. For psychobio students, you could do study abroad in your summer after your first or second year. If you want to complete the physics series, just a note that depending on the study abroad program, it may not complete the physics series. It may only come in as like physics 5A and 5B and not 5C. So just double check with our office. If you're not going to do the physics series abroad, then I recommend studying abroad in your fourth year after you've already declared the major, so you can start working on upper division coursework abroad. And then for the cognitive science major, I recommend going after you've declared major standing, just to make sure you finish all of your prep courses on time, since there's quite a few for that major. So we have made guidelines for these for all of our majors. So please feel free to click on that website, the UCLA IEO website, and you'll see the psych, psychobio, and cognitive science major academic plans. Other than that, if you have specific questions, reach out to our office to just talk with an advisor about your courses that you plan on taking, especially if you're not sure what courses to petition for what requirements. We're happy to help you out. The earlier, the better.
Okay, thank you very much, Ashton, for the great information. So at this point, we're going to give you a sample of all the programs that we offer here at the UCLA International Education Office. As you may know, one of our biggest programs is called UCEAP, and then the other one is called Travel Study. So I'll go into those in 1 second. Okay, so sample programs. So one of them is UCEAP, which stands for the University of California Education Abroad Program. And there are summer programs, fall semester, winter quarter, spring semester, year-long options. It's amazing, all the options that exist with UCEAP. And as you can get as a nice snapshot, so we basically have 40 countries within the UCEAP program. Every year we keep adding more areas, but basically we are covering the whole world. Unfortunately, we do not go to Antarctica yet, hopefully in the future. But yeah, we have over 170 universities to choose from, so very impressive. Okay, if you go to the UCEAP website, which you see here in the blue link, when you click on it and you do a search by field, for example, if you put psychology, you will notice that there are 57 programs around the world that you can study in different countries. For example, here on the screen, as you can see, you can go to Australia, to the University of Sydney. There's also Denmark, Aarhus University. There is a UC Center in Rome, and there's another center in Barcelona. There's another center in Prague, the Czech Republic, and Hong Kong, to give you an example. But again, 57 programs to choose from. Okay, one of our most popular programs year after year is going to the United Kingdom. The University of Sussex, which is in the southern part of England, you can go there for summer, fall semester, spring semester, or the whole year. And then here is basically a sample courses that students have taken in the past. Most of these courses in the past have been upper division, and most of them have usually been around 4 to 5 units. So again, very interesting courses like psychology and education, health psychology, childhood social development. So a great popular university in the United Kingdom. I'm going to show you a couple more, and then I'm going to move on. So another great option, very popular, is Korea in the city of Seoul. Seoul has a great culture in food, also history, very, very social city, very social university. Yonsei University, you can go there for summer, fall, or spring, or the whole year. And again, as you see on the screen, this is a quick sample of what students have taken in the last couple of years. Again, mostly upper division courses and mostly 4 to 5 units each. Again, modern society and psychology, things like human behavior, cross-cultural psychology, very interesting options here. Okay, another great university is in the Netherlands, in Maastricht. And there you can go for summer, you can go fall semester or spring quarter. These programs are great because, again, especially if you are basically in the middle of Europe, in the Netherlands, it gives you an opportunity to travel to other countries. So that's maybe one of the reasons why a lot of students also choose the Netherlands. But yeah, as you can see on the screen here, forensic psychology in a nutshell, hormones, the brain, and behavior, very interesting upper division courses. Again, just a quick sample of what students have taken in the last couple of years that are usually 4 or 5 units each. Okay, so this is a direct snapshot from one of the maps, this one's regarding psychology majors. And again, you'll see, again, places like Korea, United Kingdom. In Africa, there is the University of Ghana, Netherlands, Australia, Spain. So those are the ones that are very popular, especially for psychology majors. If you're doing psychobiology, it kind of changes a little bit, again, maybe Hong Kong, Ireland, Sweden, also Spain. So again, this is just a quick sample, and you can have access to this on the UCLA IO website. Again, it's the maps for psychology or psychobiology. And then lastly, cognitive science. Again, similar universities as I mentioned before. Again, Korea, very popular, Ireland, Hong Kong, United Kingdom, Netherlands, and then New Zealand also, Victoria University of Wellington, as you see here on the screen. Oops, let me go to the next one. Okay, so that was UCEAP. The next program that I'd like to explain is the UCLA Summer Travel Study Abroad program. So that program only happens during the summer. It's very short term. It's usually 3 weeks to 5 weeks, and it's led by UCLA faculty members, UCLA professors, and UCLA teaching assistants. Okay, so with UCLA Summer Travel Study programs, we currently have 17 programs around the world in about 4 different continents, and we are expanding as we speak. So travel study doesn't really have psychology programs, but if you are interested in upper division courses in classics, economics, English, global studies, history, management, sociology, all the majors that you see on the screen, you are free to apply and register. So with travel study programs, for example, like if you want to go to Germany, there is a program there specifically to learn German. If you want to maybe work on your diversity requirement, you can go to New Zealand and you can take a sociology class there. Or again, if you want to focus a little bit on diversity requirement, you can go to Buenos Aires, Argentina, and there are classes there also for you to take. The vast majority of classes are in English, but again, just a quick option. Hopefully in the future, we can expand to sociology majors, psychobiology, but currently these are the ones that we have. Okay, another great program, this is the last program that I will be explaining, is called the UCLA Summer Global Internship Program. So this program is also during the summer, and you're actually not getting paid for the internship, but you are getting academic UC credit. So basically, most of the programs with the global internship, they're usually between the middle of June through the middle of August, and the program ranges from 8 to 10 weeks. There is an opening date, October 23rd. That's when the application opens, so just kind of keep an eye on that. And then again, these are the areas. Unfortunately, we do not have psychology with the global internship program, but these are the current areas that we have. Again, we are looking into expanding to other majors and minors. But yeah, you're free to go to Indonesia, Germany, Colombia, Argentina, South Africa, Bolivia, Japan, the Czech Republic. And again, you get something like 4 to 8 units for this internship program. You're actually working with nonprofit organizations, different types of corporations, companies, and you're taking a course while you're doing that, an online course that helps you with your internship. So a very, very unique program. If you are interested in this, definitely visit our website, and you can also email Andrew Bottom or Anna Arellano. They are the two coordinators for this specific program, and they will have some info sessions the week of October 23rd through the 27th. Okay, so yes, we're basically at the end of our presentation. And again, visit us at the International Education Office, whether it be in person or virtually. We have many coordinators and advisors to help you. Most of us have studied abroad, lived abroad, or from abroad, and we have been working in this area for many, many years. And again, we are at Murphy Hall, first floor. You can give us a call, you can email us. You can also try to follow us on the social media, whether it be X or Facebook or Twitter. And we do offer one-on-one advising. We also have group advising, again, virtual, or you can jump into our office. Right now, it's Monday through Thursday that we're open, but yes, we are expanding our hours soon. So, and then the last thing is basically if you can take out your cell phones, scan this code, and you will get updated news information regarding new programs, new options, social, cultural events to meet returning students, international students. So definitely subscribe to this listserv. Okay, so thank you very much. Ashton, are there any other closing items you want to say? Did we cover everything from your side?
Yeah, we covered everything. Just the biggest takeaway is check in with our office before studying abroad to make sure everything looks good with your courses and what requirements you plan to complete with them.
Okay, great. So yes, so thank you very much. Again, if you want to watch this again, look at the UCLA International Education website and click on the webinar below. And I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. Thank you all and have a good day.